Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In this video, this is a sub-series, we will learn about SQL trigger. In this first video in the sub-series, we will talk about trigger and we will get introduced to it. Like stored procedure function, a trigger is a compiled unit of SQL script which will be invoked by a specific action. So we already know about stored procedure and function, right? Likewise, it is also a compiled unit of program. A trigger will have a body, and inside the body we will have a set of statements, and those set of statements will get invoked when certain action takes place. For example, a trigger gets invoked when an insert statement fired on a specific table. So let's state that we have a table called student and you are firing an insert statement, or you are running an insert statement. When the insert statement takes place in the table, the time we can attach the table with a trigger. So the trigger will have a body, and when the insert statement takes place, the body will run. So we call this as a trigger procedure, right? The trigger procedure will run. It will run automatically based on certain event. The event can be insert, update, delete, or some modification to the database, like inserting a new, creating a new table or altering a table. There are two major categories of triggers. They are DDL trigger and DML triggers. So DDL triggers are invoked when data definition statement fired on the DB. So data definition statement in the sense, say for example, creating a table. So that requires a definition for the table, or creating a view, creating a procedure, or altering or deleting. So all these stuffs are called DDL or data definition language. When you run data definition language, that time you can trigger a specific procedure. So here we gave some example for a DDL. When creating a view or dropping a table, you can hook a specific procedure and that procedure will run. DDL triggers are also called as database level trigger. Why? Because the action, DDL action, that takes place on database level. Say for example, if this is your database and let's state that it contains a lot of table, and when you create a new table, then this will be done at a database level, right? So that's why we call this as DDL trigger as database level triggers. So DML triggers are invoked when DML operation fired on the table of records. So data manipulation, it can be through insert or update or delete. So DML triggers, that means you can define a procedure body, and that procedure body will get triggered or fired when DML operation takes place on the table. Example, insert, delete, update on the table. These triggers are known as table level trigger. Why? Because the trigger is specific to a table, right? So if we have multiple table, it may have trigger for insert, and this may have trigger for delete, and this may not have any trigger at all. So here we are talking about 3 tables, right? So that's why here we are stating DML triggers are specific to a table, right? You can have a separate trigger procedure, but here if you see, the trigger is at here table. When you are creating new table, if some trigger needs to be fired, means it's at database level. So it's not specific to a table. So whenever you create a new table, the time the procedure will get fired, or the procedure code will run during that time. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.